everyone. If you I forgot this game's broken. But basically I made a video about outdoor school and yeah. Now I'm going to kind of actually talk about my weekend outdoor school. Not many states actually do it in the USA, but if you somehow know what I'm talking about, that's nice. So basically, in the state I live in, outdoor school happens during sixth grade. Now you get, it's an optional thing. So if your parents don't want you to go to outdoor school, that's fine. My parents actually gave me the option if I wanted to go or not. I chose to go, even though I know I'm a little baby and really can't sleep unless my parents are there. And this is like an overnight event. It's not. Well, it's 1 week, including Sunday. Well, Saturday you're with your family. But so my school did it because ours fell in the spring. So in my state, you can have outdoor school in either the fall or the spring. We got the spring, and I was glad because that meant I didn't miss Halloween because outdoor school typically falls the week of Halloween. But so yeah, we go and we're going and we are on the bus. Now, this was set based off what class you were in. And it also depended on what camp you went to. So you could have gone to a slightly different camp than your friends. I actually had no friends at my outdoor school. A lot of my friends went to another camp because they were all in a different class. This depended on your third period class. And this might seem like I'm lying to your faces, but I've had math class third period 2 years in a row. Because I'm gonna tell you now, I'm a seventh grader, and last year I had math third period as well. And this also depended because our school has these things called wings. The Explorers Wing and the West Wing are the sixth grade halls. So, depending on your teacher and what wing you were in, depended on which outdoor school you went to. And it was your third period teacher. So, my third period teacher synced up with my science teacher at that year, and they they both had the same outdoor schools, and they would have days where they talk about it, mostly as my science teacher, because she would allow us to ask questions. A lot of kids' main question was like, how are we gonna shower? What is there to eat there? Like, simple questions because they were confused. Some kids, I think at one point one kid tried to ask, like, do we really gotta sleep? Or are we allowed to have phones and such? Which the answer was no. So these kids started losing it, especially the day of. So I'm on the bus. By the way, it's Sunday to Friday. And so it's Sunday and everyone's, on the bus chit-chatting and yelling. And this one kid, he was late by 10 minutes, and they said, this kid's name, and then uh kids were like, now we're gonna be late to the camp because of you. Ugh. And kids are crashing out. When we get there, everything's normal. They give us our wood cookie, which is just a name tag with your real name and then your last initial. And then we had camp orientation, or like we were shown where's the dining hall, where's the restrooms, where's the some of the recreational spots, like where certain areas are. So we do that. Then it gets to like dinner or something like that. And then it I think sometime before we got our cabins, which were separated by gender, and then there was like a gender neutral option. I was in a girl's cabin because I'm a girl. Um Obviously. like and I was like, I'm gonna know no one probably in my cabin. I knew two other girls in my cabin because they were in my class. Otherwise, everyone came from a different school. Um, and okay, we all actually got along pretty well in our cabin leaders. Basically, it was good. Then we had dinner, we chatted a little, yada yada, and we did this campfire type. Most of it was actually just in the dining hall because of how bad the weather was, because in my state it's rainy a lot, and the first 3 days, because Friday was a half day, like we didn't have any outdoor campfire time. And it just kind of introduced us more. Like Sunday was the introduction day, Monday introduced us to how the mornings work a bit better, because we didn't show up to the camp till like I think around 5. I don't actually know what time it was, because again, no phones, and I didn't even have a phone back then. So we get to the basically we get to the camp in the afternoon. Um, then the then we have breakfast. Then we have a little bit of cabin time. Mostly it was getting ready for the our first field study. Well, at least we got our field study groups. We did an activity, then we actually did our field study, which my first day was water, which is actually weird because at some point I got this like cut along one of my knees. I think I actually still have some scarring from it because this happened months ago, but in 2025. So we do our thing, and then we go head up to lunch. Now, there was sand because we were at a riverbank. We weren't actually allowed to get into the water fully. Um, our feet kind of get in the water, but that's it. Then I had, then we did normal things and all that, blah blah blah, and then we had our first recreation time. This was kind of the time where we could do things other than field studies and all that. And so they basically they have the class go to certain areas to meet up. Our meetup spot was the dining hall. The other schools it was elsewhere. Um, and the first day I did this archery little lesson thing, um, outdoor cooking, and then I did painting the last day. We had recreation. Um, so, but there, I have this weird story from outdoor cooking because this this one girl, she kept talking about like actually jumping into the fire because we were making s'mores or something like that, even though it was daylight out. And yeah, and then we had to do this like skit or something like that. But some kids during my field studies were like insane. Like this one kid just walked off from the group. We were in animals field study, and that was one of them that had a hike. And we were doing this like activity that was on the hike, and this kid just walked off, and we returned and said, "Yeah, I just went off to win a whiz." Even though they asked us like, "Does anyone have to use the restroom before we start the hike?" No one actually did anything until that kid said that. We were like, "What the heck?" Because we're not allowed to swear, and that's the last of the insane things that happened. Because basically, they're trusting some adults, some children, and a lot of children in the woods to to, to be okay and not die. Um. Yeah. Heck nah. But then we're trying to get home on Friday, and this one kid just would not stop saying like some insane things. So we were on the bus, we're waiting to get home because we were just kind of done with things. And this kid this kid is like a tall annoying kid. And um they were yelling, and our bus driver would stop the bus if any of us were too loud. This kid kept yelling that they want to get home and just saying some insane things. So when we finally got home, they were back to the school so we could go home. They're like, thank goodness. And then when I get home, I learn because we were roommates with one of my friends at the time, Wallace Lover or Ripley Morse, whatever you call her. And she has an older brother, same grade as me. And he actually got kicked out halfway through outdoor school on like Wednesday or something because he said something vulgar. I'm not gonna say it because I don't even know what it is, but it was rumored to be some slur you should never call anyone. So yeah, that is crazy outdoor school experience. Bye.